Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of the FA Cup third round after Sunderland against Newcastle yesterday. Today, it's Arsenal against Liverpool from the Emirates Stadium. I'm your alternative host, Nicholas Jones, and in the commentary box are Russ Vernon and Paul James. We'll go to them in just a moment, but let's first mention the FA Cup third round. Other results which happened today: Luton Town 0, Bolton Wanderers 0, Manchester City 5, Huddersfield Town 0, Nottingham Forest 2, Blackpool 2, Peterborough United 0, Leeds United 3, Shrewsbury Town 0, Wrexham 1, West Bromwich Albion 4, Aldershot Town 1, and West Ham United 1, Bristol City 1. So for any fans of the romantics of the romance of the FA Cup, I'm afraid you are to be disappointed, as Aldershot Town have crashed out against higher league opposition. For many that is to be expected. But back to the here and now: Arsenal against Liverpool. Premier League title contenders they may be, but it's on hold for just one day, with both of them some 5 points apart, with Liverpool top of the league. Arsenal are hoping to advance past the fourth round since winning the Cup in 2020. However, they have won the majority of home matches in this competition, with only 3 losses. Arsenal and Liverpool drew 1-1 in their last match just before Christmas, and I have to say, gentlemen, today's game could make life very interesting.
Yes, it could, Nicholas. I think it's going to be a good game, this one. I think both teams, on paper, have got really good squads out. Some strong sides that both teams have selected here, both Mikel Arteta and also Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp for Liverpool. Just a word of warning to anyone listening out there: Arsenal have got all white their fit strip that they normally do for the first round of the FA Cup, their knife crown that they always do. So the players will wear all white shirts with white numbers on as well this afternoon. I'm sure myself and Paul will be okay to guide you through that one. Just a word of warning for those listening out there this afternoon.
There is a reason for that, and that is it. And the reason why they're wearing the all-white kit today, it's to support the club's campaign against knife crime and youth violence. And it's the first time they're wearing it at a home match this weekend, as they firmly stand against violence and crime. So we're just about a few minutes away. Quick mention of Liverpool. The Reds ensured they were on top of the league by New Year's Day with a 4-2 win over Newcastle United. Arsenal lost 2-1 against Fulham. Will fortunes change for the Gunners as they return back at home? Let's hand over to our commentators, Russ Vernon and Paul James.
Thank you, Nicholas. Good afternoon, everybody. And yes, Arsenal are in their white strips today in their campaign against youth violence and knife crime. Arsenal today have made 3 changes, and that are more or less voluntary. They're not forced by Mikel Arteta. And David Raya is out. Aaron Ramsdale is in. Gabriel Martinelli is out and Jorginho is in. Gabriel Jesus is out and Nelson is in. So Arsenal line up as follows, with Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Jacob Kiwior, William Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White and the back 4. The 3 in midfield are Declan Rice, Jorginho and Martin Odegaard. Kai Havertz, Reece Nelson and Bukayo Saka make up the front line. For Liverpool, they're forced into 4 changes. Virgil van Dijk is ill, so Jarrell Quansah comes in. Endo has gone to the Asia Cup, so Metallica comes in. Number 5, hamstring during the game against Newcastle. So Elliott comes in, and Mohamed Salah has gone to AFCON, of course. So Cody Gakpo comes in, and Liverpool line up as follows with Alisson in goal, Gomez, Joel Quansah, Ibrahima Konate, and Trent Alexander-Arnold make up the back four. Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister, and Harvey Elliott are in midfield. And Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, and Cody Gakpo are the front line. And the substitutes today for Arsenal is David Raya, Cedric Suarez, Gabriel Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah, Emile Smith-Rowe, Lino Sousa, Leandro Trossard, Rule Walters, and Ethan Nwaneri. For Liverpool, Kelleher is the substitute goalkeeper, Connor Bradley, Luke Chambers, Bobby Clark, Kader Gordon, Ryan Gravenberch, Diogo Jota, James McConnell, Trey Maurice Nyoni, the 16-year-old, is on the bench. What a moment it will be for him if he gets to make an appearance at the Emirates today. Our referee is John Brooks. He's age 43 and he's from Melton Mowbray in Leicestershire. John has been a select Group 1 referee since 2021 and he was listed this year by FIFA. John has officiated Liverpool twice this year already. He will be joined on the lines by Lee Betts and Nick Greenhall. Josh Smith is our fourth official. And VAR, Simon Hooper, with an additional VAR, David Coote, and the assistant is Adrian Jones. Liverpool in their away strip of all purple today will be attacking the goal to our left. Arsenal, of course, as we've already discussed, in the all white strips today, as the referee John Brooks is about to get us underway here. And Elliott kicks the game off and drops it back to Ibrahima Konate. Konate launches the ball forward and is just headed away there by Quansah and picked up in the midfield there by Kai Havertz, and Havertz launches the ball forward and out of play, and it's a throw-in for Arsenal, and it's to be taken by Ben White. Ben White just on the halfway line to take this throw-in, rather just inside the Liverpool half maybe. He's stolen a few yards. And he's going to go for the long throw in here. And he launches it down the right-hand side. Chasing that one is Bukayo Saka, but Liverpool win the ball back. It goes back into the Arsenal half of the field, and it's dropped back by William Saliba to the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale drops it down to Saliba, and the ball is played forward now to Kai Havertz. Havertz just switching from the left to the right for a moment, but that ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. Aaron Ramsdale back in goal today for Arsenal. Well, he's done very, very well. He's made only 5 appearances in the Premier League, but he has kept 2 clean sheets. He has a 0.8 goals against average. He's done very, very well, and he'd probably be glad to be back in the squad given the lack of opportunity he's had this season. So the ball is out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in now to Liverpool. Just inside the Arsenal half of the field. And it's dropped back there to Quansah. Quansah drops the ball back there to Alisson Becker. Becker gives the ball back to Quansah, just outside of his penalty area, and he drops it right back to Alisson Becker again. Quansah plays the ball forward towards the centre of the park, but it's intercepted there well by Saliba. Saliba dropped back to Gabriel. Gabriel goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. He's just outside his penalty area, and he launches it long towards the left-hand side, and chasing this one now is Reece Nelson. He's through, it's Nelson, he's round Nelson! Nelson hits it into the side of the goal, and it's a goal kick. Well, that's the first real opportunity, so I'm just going to bring in Russ Vernon now with 2 minutes gone. Russ, early opportunity there for Reece Nelson.
Yes, big opportunity for Reece Nelson into the side today, Poland. A fantastic ball over the top by Aaron Ramsdale back in the side as well. And he's got between the 2 defenders there, Alexander-Arnold and Konate, rounded out Alisson well. But Konate does absolutely fantastic. He gets back onto the goal line to tighten that angle for Nelson there and stop him from shooting.
Now, the ball is dropped back there to McAllister. McAllister gives it back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. And it's released quickly to Joel Quansah. Quansah drops the ball to Jones. Back to Quansah, midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. It's a good ball forward that time, and it's picked up there by Diaz. Diaz plays the ball forward. Oh, nice pass, and Harvey Elliott now coming forward for Liverpool. Elliott crosses the ball into the middle. It's just cleared away by Gabriel, but it's only as far as Elliott. Down that right-hand side again, but it's a free kick, and Liverpool will get the free kick for the foul on Harvey Elliott. And he's just clipped that time by William Saliba, and the free kick will be taken on the corner of the penalty area on the right hand side. Pretty dangerous position this, Ross, by the touchline, but Liverpool got forwards in the box there.
Yes, good position for a crossing chance there for Liverpool. Canate, Quansah up from the back, good options inside the penalty area from set pieces.
Well, just Trent Alexander-Arnold over this, and Harvey Elliott. Probably this is going to be swung into the penalty area. It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold, swings it in deep, goes over everybody's head, and all the way out to the left-hand side by the touchline, which Ben White will allow the ball to go out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in to the Arsenal. And it's level with their own penalty area. And wearing these white shirts, of course, the numbers are very difficult to read. But having covered Arsenal so many times, I do recognise most of their players. And that ball is played forward by Ben White and headed on by McAllister. And picked up by Jones, midway inside the Arsenal half. Left-hand side, Jones just gets the ball taken away from him then by Odegaard and knocked out of play. It must have come off Jones. It's a throw-in to Arsenal, and it's going to be taken by Ben White once again. He just drops it to Declan Rice. White again plays the ball over the halfway line towards Kai Havertz on the left. It's now picked up by Bukayo Saka. Saka, the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. Well, with 5 minutes gone, Ross, both sides have had chances early on. You have to wonder, given the fact that all the changes and difficulties that Jurgen Klopp has actually got here, with these players going to AFCON and the Asia Cup and injuries as well, he's still managed to field a very strong side today, hasn't he?
He has, yes, and McAllister's not really featured
Just to interrupt you there, sorry, Ross, I apologise. Here's Odegaard. It's in the penalty area now to Saka, and it's now picked up here by Declan Rice, and it's back there with Reece Nelson. Nelson picks up the ball, and it gives the ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, sorry, we'll come back to you on your point in a moment, Ross. Here's Bukayo Saka. The ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And, well, the opportunities that the throw-in now to be taken by Arsenal down the left-hand side, and it's going to be Ben White. And Ben White is just going to throw it deep there, looking for Odegaard. And Odegaard tried to lift the ball into the middle to Bukayo Saka, but the ball is knocked out of play. Liverpool read that well. Ibrahima Konate on that one. And here's Declan Rice. And the ball is now out of play, and it's with Ben White. So Ben White is just going to take the throw in here. And Ben White just level with the Arsenal penalty area. Taking his time. He tries the same thing again. Odegaard picks it up again, drops it to the edge of the penalty area. It's now with Reece Nelson with a shot, but it's wide. And that wasn't actually Reece Nelson. And that ball is out of play, and I think that was William Saliba. Sorry guys, very difficult to read with the numbers being so difficult. I'll try and get through this today. It's Bukayo Saka. He's got a corner for Arsenal. And it's just down the right-hand side. Bukayo Saka swings this ball in. It's flicked on there to the back post. And almost getting on the end of it there was Kai Havertz at the back, but it was cleared. And it's now with Bukayo Saka. And it's won back by Liverpool now as it's trying to be breaken away by Luis Diaz, but he overruns it. And Arsenal win the ball back now. And it's Kai Havertz just on the right-hand side. Tries a shot. That's Havertz. Good save by Alisson down to his right-hand side. And sorry, Russ, you go ahead and finish your point there.
Yes, Chris, I'll just get to that save there. Really fantastic save from Alisson. But what I was going to say with Liverpool, coming in like McAllister, Jones, Elliott, Gakpo, they've played in the Premier League before. Quans has played in Europe, so they're not like new to this Liverpool side. We know what the club wants from them, and club can trust them. And going back to the earlier chance as well, Nelson with a fantastic effort, which was just went wide and fantastic deflected right for the corner, which almost produced that goal from Havertz to the back post. Arsenal started really, really well in this game so far. Liverpool yet to get going, in my opinion.
Well, the goal kick by Alisson was quickly won by Bukayo Saka, but he loses control of it, just rolls down the right-hand side, and it's picked up by Quansah, who clears the ball forward, only as far as Saliba. And it's Saliba again now, and he just drops the ball there to Declan Rice, and here's Martin Odegaard. And Odegaard gives the ball to Bukayo Saka. Saka back to Ben White. And it goes across to Gabriel. Gabriel, just inside the Liverpool half of the field, is played down to the left-hand side there to Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson trying to get across in there. He just holds the ball up and drops it back as far as Gabriel. And it's now with Declan Rice. Rice to Odegaard, edge of the penalty area, tries to play the ball through that Liverpool defence. It doesn't work, and Darwin Núñez just comes away with it and gives the ball to Diaz. Diaz holds the ball up, but he's been dispossessed, has he? He's been fouled by Bukayo Saka. And the referee, John Brooks, gives a free kick as we look at Kai Havertz just wondering to himself whether he might have done. It was a good effort by Saka, to be fair, and Alisson just making the save there. And well, Kai Havertz, of course, we know what he's capable of, and he's had a good season so far. 4 goals and 1 assist for Kai Havertz this season, and tends to get goals in clumps. Can go sometimes a while without a goal, and then 2 or 3 follow along. It's almost like the London buses, Ross.
It is, yes. Not many times he's scored, Kai Havertz, for Arsenal, but when he does seem to score, he normally seems to get 1 or 2 on the same game or back to back matches, and he's proved to be a good player for Arsenal now, coming in. He had to bide his time for Arsenal when he first came in to learn the role that Arteta wanted from him and learn the teammates, learn how.
Oh, just a moment. Here's Havertz now. Ball is pulled back across, and it's back to Odegaard, who gets a shot away. Odegaard hits the bar, and it comes back again to Saka as they're pounding that Liverpool defence. Oh, Martin Odegaard, so close there. I'm so sorry, Ross. That just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, brilliant block by Trent Alexander-Arnold it was to stop Liverpool from going behind then after Arsenal almost got in. And Havertz, I was just speaking about him, Paul, almost proved what about. Yeah, he didn't score last week, could score today, then could score next week, or even 2 in this game, and he almost scored there for Arsenal. We pulled it back, and Odegaard, great effort from him. Well, fantastic block by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's defended well so far for Liverpool.
Well, it's now back with Aaron Ramsdale, who just plays the ball over to Gabriel. Gabriel gives the ball to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, and that was tried to be played by Kiwior, but the ball rebounded off one of the Liverpool players and bounces right back to Gabriel. The ball is cleared, and it's launched back again into the Arsenal penalty area. Darwin Núñez challenging with Jacob Kiwior, and is alleged to have fouled the Liverpool defender, the Arsenal defender, and it's going to be a free kick. And William Saliba there is actually the one who was fouled. And here's Bukayo Saka. Saka coming forward. That's a good challenge by Quansah as he tries to set Diaz off on his way, but coming across there was Ben White and cleans out Diaz. And it's going to be a throw into Liverpool. Referee there, John Brooks. Well, he's refereed 19 games this season in all competitions. He's shown 90 yellow cards, 4 red cards, and awarded 4 penalties. And the throw-in is going to be taken just down this right-hand side by Liverpool, midway inside their own half of the field, and it's going to be taken by Joe Gomez. Gomez launches the ball forward and headed out of play by Declan Rice. And again, Liverpool get another opportunity with the throw-in. And just see the challenge here. Looking at this again, it's a good pull back by Kai Havertz. And then it comes to Martin Odegaard from just around about level with the penalty spot when he struck that shot, and it just rattled the crossbar. I mean, you could see the entire goal shake. Here's Luis Diaz now down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Diaz just drops it back to Curtis Jones. Jones back to Diaz. Diaz across there to McAllister. McAllister dropped back there to Quansah. Quansah to Diaz. Back again to Quansah. It's just inside the Arsenal half of the field. It's now McAllister. Drops it down to the left side to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones pulled back into the middle. And there's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just gives it to Quansah there and played forward to Curtis Jones. But there was a foul by Declan Rice on Curtis Jones. And it's going to be a free kick to us, a free kick to Liverpool, which is taken quickly. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gives the ball now to Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott is almost dispossessed, but in nips in Alexis McAllister. The ball is played forward. Good chest down by Saliba there. But Curtis Jones wins the ball back, and it's now with McAllister for Liverpool. Midway inside that Arsenal half. It's down the right-hand side there to Harvey Elliott. Elliott drops it back, and it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Liverpool now just trying to find their way through, and the ball is played forward to Gakpo, but it is away from the Dutchman. Patient build-up by Liverpool, Ross, but the final ball not quite there.
Yeah, final ball's not there for Liverpool at this moment in time, Paul. Arsenal again, their final ball right. If Liverpool want to live with Arsenal to have more chances in this game, they need to work on the final ball. So far, it's been too easy for Ramsdale to come and claim these final balls when Liverpool are on the attack. Arsenal showing why they're on the top of the table. Liverpool not showing why they're top of the table. And I'm wondering whether they're missing most Alex. Most of their final ball creativity comes through Salah. I'm wondering if they're going to miss him now while he's at the AFCON with Egypt.
Quite possibly. The two teams have met each other 17 times in the FA Cup. Arsenal winning 8, Liverpool 5. 4 draws, and Liverpool haven't beat Arsenal since beating them in the FA Cup final in 2001, where there was 2 goals from Michael Owen and Freddie Ljungberg responded for the Gunners. As Liverpool coming forward now, and it's Diaz from the ball from Cody Gakpo. It's now with Elliott, and it's back with Gakpo. Gakpo dropped back to Konate. Konate now midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. Quansah now, he's got options available. He goes down the left-hand side to Curtis Jones, but that's a bad ball by Jones, and Rice picks it up, and it's now with Bukayo Saka, who gives it to Martin Odegaard. Odegaard played into the centre circle there to Kai Havertz. Here's Reece Nelson now for Arsenal, over the halfway line, and it's now with Jakub Kiwior. Kiwior drops the ball back there to Declan Rice. Rice, and once again gets the ball back here as it's Kiwior now. Plays the ball forward. He's looking to split the defence to let Kai Havertz through, but that's good reading by the Liverpool defence. And Quansah there just making sure that Kai Havertz doesn't get through. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold to Harvey Elliott. It goes back to Ibrahima Konate inside his own half. Konate midway inside his own half. He's looking for options. He gives the ball to Quansah. Quansah just holds the ball up, and it's with McAllister. McAllister drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, Alisson. Alisson lifts the ball up there to Konate, as Liverpool just looking to calm things down a little bit. Konate slips the ball over there to Trent Alexander-Arnold, down on that right-hand side. And it's with Konate again, who gives the ball to Jarell Quansah. Liverpool now just trying to keep possession inside their own half. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold to Harvey Elliott. Elliott across to Gakpo. In Salah's position right now. Gakpo gives the ball to Trent Alexander-Arnold in an advanced position. And here's Harvey Elliott. Back to Quansah. Quansah inside the Liverpool half of the field, the Arsenal half of the field. It's Konate. Konate under pressure there by Kai Havertz, but Konate just turns away from the German international and gives the ball to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo drops the ball back to Konate, who goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Alisson, from almost at the halfway line. And here's Jarell Quansah now storming over the halfway line for Liverpool. He tries to play the pass there, but that's a good challenge and picked up as well by Declan Rice. As it's Ben White there, gives the ball to Gabriel, back to Saliba, and the ball is now with Odegaard. Odegaard drop back there to Saliba, and here's Declan Rice. Rice just drops the ball back there as Jakub Kiwior picks up the ball here, and it goes back to the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. And here is Saliba, played to Declan Rice. They're right on the edge, the midway inside their own half here are Arsenal. And Saliba just plays the ball forward to Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays the ball across there to Kiwior. Kiwior tried to play the ball to Reece Nelson, but it went all the way back. And it's now with Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball across to Kiwior. Arsenal just holding the ball up inside their own half right now. They're not really able to advance at the moment. And they're just passing it amongst the back four at the moment. Here's William Saliba. Plays the ball to Ben White. Ben White goes back to the goalkeeper and is cleared downfield there by Aaron Ramsdale. Quansah nearly loses possession. He's helped out by Joe Gomez, but it's won back by Bukayo Saka. Here's Nelson. Drops it back to Declan Rice. And it's with Declan Rice again. And the ball is played forward to Saka. Saka drops it back to Declan Rice, just inside the Liverpool half of the field. And Saliba now just lifts the ball forward, looking for Reece Nelson. He finds him on the edge of the penalty area. He makes his way down to the right-hand side. Gives the ball back to Saka, cutting towards the edge of the penalty area. Tries to cross in. It's blocked that time by Quansah. And it's Odegaard now. Gives it back to Nelson. Nelson dropped back to Odegaard. Back to Declan Rice. And into the middle of the park. The ball is launched long towards the right-hand side, looking for Saka. But that's away from the England international and Joe Gomez. Just watch as the ball goes out of play, as says Ian Wright in the stands for Arsenal. And Ross, let's have your thoughts so far. Arsenal still dominating in your mind?
I think they are, yes. Liverpool starting to go into it a little bit, but still not creating enough in the final third. Arsenal causing Liverpool a few problems, especially defensively. They're closing them down well, and allowing them to gain in around the ball on the edge of their own penalty areas. Alexander-Arnold comes forward.
Alexander-Arnold plays the ball into the penalty area to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez gets the cross in. Ben White taking no chances and knocks the ball out of play for a corner. And we've got Mike in the comment section. Great start for us, but we need to start taking these chances. Mike is an Arsenal fan, of course. And,
I agree with that, Mike. Arsenal need to start taking these chances, because sooner or later, if you don't start taking your chances, Mike, you could end up getting punished, especially from this corner coming up from Harvey Elliott.
So Elliott takes this corner down the left-hand side as Aaron Ramsdale back in goal today. And the corner is going to be outswung by Harvey Elliott into the middle and just headed on there by Luis Diaz. I just wonder whether that came off an Arsenal player. I don't think so. That's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think what happened there, Paul, was the corner came in from Elliott. Brilliant corner in, by the way, by Harvey Elliott. Diaz went to get it. He flicked it, and he missed it. He come off Darwin Núñez in the end. Diaz went to get there. He couldn't get there. It's a fantastic defensive play from, it was Jorginho who stopped him from getting in there, and then Núñez was free and he couldn't direct his header on target and beyond Ramsdale, but good chance for Liverpool there.
Jakub Kiwior coming forward now. It's given to Reece Nelson inside the penalty area, left hand side. Nelson goes down and no penalty. Let's take a look at that again as it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Just gets Reece Nelson gets into the box. Yeah, nothing really in that for me, Ross.
No penalty for me. Goes down far to his leg, and then on his shoulder charge away, losing him off for the ball legally. Then goes down and just look towards the referee as if to say, "Well, he's altering this for us." The referee says goal kick, and I think the referee John Brooks was quite right to give the to give the goal kick because there was nothing in that for me. There was never going to be a penalty, even in a month or Sundays. Never mind the 7th of January.
Cleared downfield by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Jacob Kiwi is under pressure here by Darwin Núñez, and he just goes back to the goalkeeper there, and here's Declan Rice. And just played back to Kiwi. Kiwi tried to play the ball forward, and here's Harvey Elliott now down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Harvey Elliott, can he get the cross in? And it's headed out that time by Gabriel. And here is Declan Rice inside his own penalty area. He drops it back to Gabriel, who clears the ball downfield. And it's picked up by Gerald Quansah. Quansah just on the halfway line. He plays it over the halfway line to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here's Gatko. Gatko just trying to get away. Oh, it's a foul that time. Oh, it's a foul that's been given in the opposite way. Jacob Kiwi complaining there, but the foul, and he's now being pulled over to the referee. Just looking at this, well, he's got a hold of his shirt, Ross. A foul in my mind. Is that not so?
Yeah, that's a foul from Jorginho, and I don't know why he's complaining. Clearly pulling of the shirt there of Cody Gakpo. No allowing the Dutchman to get away from him. So I can honestly don't understand why Jorginho was complaining there that there was a foul given when he was clearly holding onto his shirt.
Well, the free kick is going to be taken by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Harvey Elliott is over it. Trent Alexander-Arnold swings it into the middle. The heads go up, and it's plucked out of the air, and it's going to be taken quickly there by Aaron Ramsdale. Sets Arsenal off on the way, and Kai Havertz just tried to find Martin Odegaard there, but a good slide in there by Curtis Jones to win the ball back, and the ball now is just inside the Liverpool half of the field, and Arsenal win the ball back now, and it's Martin Odegaard. Odegaard gives the ball to Reiss Nelson, and here's Jorginho. Slips the ball there to Saliba. Saliba looking for options available. He gives it to his central defensive partner, Gabriel, who plays it up forward to down the left-hand side to Reiss Nelson, who seems to have switched from the middle to the left. And here's Declan Rice. Gives the ball to Ben White. And it's now with the ball is played forward to... Okay, here's here's Saka. The ball's played forward to Reiss Nelson. Back to Saka, and it goes through to the goalkeeper. And Liverpool will start up again from the back.
Yeah, I just want to point out a comment from Mike here, which is down here, Paul. It says, on that penalty chance which you asked me about with Nelson, he says there wasn't no chance that was a penalty from Reiss Nelson. He has to be stronger. And he says he's struggling to watch this game, and I can see where it's coming from here. He says it's like Tottenham against Tottenham with these kicks, because Tottenham's own kit is white, and one of their away kicks is purple. So I can see where Mike's coming from with that one as well, Matt. Is that one as well, Paul?
Well, the Bukayo Saka there, and he's just looks like he's moving a bit gingerly, Bukayo Saka. But the ball is with Alisson now. He's not released the ball yet. He's taking his time, and you have to wonder whether John Brooks is going to go over and have a word, because in all the time you were talking there, Ross, and quoting Mike, he hadn't released the ball, and he's finally released it now downfield, and it's headed on there by Curtis Jones, and it's a foul there on Declan Rice by Luis Diaz. The free kick is taken quickly, but it's over the halfway line.
The ball is going to have to be retaken, Paul, because I've just seen the referee signal saying the ball was moving as that free kick was taken, so Arsenal having another chance with this free kick that they just won there.
Okay, there's Mikel Arteta, and free kick is just inside the Arsenal half of the field. And it's now with William Saliba. Saliba across to Gabriel. Gabriel to Kiwior. Kiwior plays the ball forward. And chasing this one now is Kai Havertz. Havertz pulls the ball back to the edge of the area. That's a good interception by Gomez. But here's Declan Rice now for Arsenal. About 25 yards out. Sends it down the right-hand side to Bukayo Saka. Overlapping is Odegaard. Odegaard crosses it into the middle and headed out by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it goes back to the edge of the penalty area. And Declan Rice tries to play through Havertz. And it almost broke loose to Reece Nelson there. But cutting across the penalty area is Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gets the ball downfield to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz cutting across the middle of the pitch. He's brought down there, but the referee plays on. It's Harvey Elliott. You're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. And Arsenal win the ball back now after a terrible giveaway there by McAllister. And here's a chance now just inside the penalty area for Kai Havertz, who gets the shot blocked. But McAllister gets back and makes the tackle there. Very well done to him. But it just want to see if that actually did come off McAllister and not again off Kai Havertz. Let's have a look at this. Havertz just gets a shot away. Good block. It should... No, it just goes straight through to Alisson. And Alisson drops it back to Quansah, back to Alisson. And it's downfield there to Joe Gomez. And picked up in the middle of the park here. And it's Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball to Kiwior just inside his own half of the field. Kiwior drops it back to Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball forward just over the halfway line, trying to be knocked on there by Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson is claiming a handball there. And play goes on. Handball against Trent Alexander-Arnold there, but the referee said no.
I don't think he was either, Paul.
The ball is played across to Trent Alexander-Arnold now from Alisson. He plays the ball forward. And it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And we'll just take a look at this again as to where the... Well, I don't know. He did raise his arms, didn't he?
Well, when he's got his foot up there, trying to... Both players had the foot up, and you can't balance without putting your arms up. So, for me, his arms in a natural position there for me, Paul. Because you can't balance on one foot without arms in the air. For me, you've got to have at least one arm in the air. So, for me, that's not two. So, that wasn't one for me.
Well, it's with McAllister now. It's dropped back to Ibrahima Konate. Konate just played the ball across there to Quansah, and Quansah gives it to Gomez. Gomez gives it back to Konate. And it's now played forward by Trent Alexander-Arnold, picked up by Diaz, just inside the Arsenal half of the field. Back to Quansah. Quansah just lifts the ball down to the right-hand side. The left-hand side to Curtis Jones. Jones drops it back there to Quansah. Quansah to Ibrahima Konate. Konate plays the ball forward, and it's flicked on there. And here's Curtis Jones. Jones just over the halfway line. Jones, he's got options available. And he just drops the ball forward to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo to Harvey Elliott. And back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold gives the ball there to Cody Gakpo, and Gakpo tries to find Harvey Elliott, but it's intercepted by Kai Havertz. But he's unable to break away there as Kai Havertz. It's found the ball is again now in the middle of the park with Joe Gomez. Gomez plays the ball long to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez is under pressure at the moment from Ben White. That's good work. And the ball is now back with Declan Rice, who wins the ball back for Liverpool. For Arsenal. And Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones is fouled there by Ben White. That's going to be a free kick.
And for me, Paul, that's got to be a yellow card for Ben White there as well. Because he just pushed him over there. That's got to be... the first yellow card of this game from John Brooks for me. If he doesn't book him in, I'm not sure what John Brooks sees as a yellow card. 'Cause you can see now, he just blatantly pushes him over after he's got the ball past him.
Yeah, and well, it doesn't look like I haven't seen a yellow card flash there, Ross. So it doesn't look like a yellow card has been given. It's going to be a free kick for Liverpool, and it's a couple of yards from the touchline. Actually, almost level really with the 6-yard box of Arsenal, just down that left-hand side. And
it's like a corner, this one for me, Paul, because he's just a couple of yards in from the corner flag as well. So it's like a corner, this sort of position. I always seem to think free kicks in this sort of areas like corners. You need to treat them like corners as well. In fact,
Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to whip it into the middle. And it's right under, almost went for goal there, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Looking to perhaps catch Aaron Ramsdale off his line. It landed on the top of the goal. Not such a great idea, I don't think, Ross.
no, not a good idea, but for me, I can see why he's done it. He sees Ramsdale off his line, trying to catch him out with the ball curling in towards that far corner. We just add too much onto it there from Trent Alexander-Arnold for me.
Well, is William Saliba. Saliba dropped it back there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice gives it to Gabriel as Arsenal building up from the back. Played forward. It's still inside the Arsenal half. It's with Declan Rice and it's given to William Saliba. It's a poor ball by Saliba, and just nipping in there is McAllister. McAllister gives the ball to Curtis Jones, corner of the penalty area, left-hand side. And it's won back that time. Good work by William Saliba. As he tries to play the ball to Martin Odegaard now over the halfway line, and chasing this one now is Kai Havertz down the right hand side, but he's offside.
Yes, Havertz just went to a fraction too early there for me, Paul. If he'd timed that one better, he would have been in there, Havertz. You need to go that early. You can see it here, watch. He goes far too early. He's made that one far too early. If you just hang back just one step and then go as soon as the ball's released, he'd have been onside there and thrown out, would have had a chance to go into the lead at half time. But Liverpool's eye line catching him very, very well so far.
Mike Harneman has also added some comments. Let's not have two teams knocked out in the third round after yesterday's shock result. That's what I was saying. Too many missed opportunities. Wasn't as obvious as the Odegaard the other week, though, in the league game. Yeah, that Odegaard handball, Ross, that was about as blatant as it got, wasn't it?
It was, yes. That's about as blatant as one that the referee gave in the Leeds game earlier today, Paul.
Here's Saka.
Which I'll talk about later.
Saka down the right-hand side. He just pulls the ball back there to White, and now here's Odegaard. Odegaard cutting across the penalty area, tries to get a dink into the middle there, but it's blocked. Arsenal maintain possession, however. And it's with Gabriel forward to Jorginho, and here's Reece Nelson down the left-hand side, corner of the penalty area. Reece Nelson pulled back to Declan Rice. Declan Rice with the shot, and it goes through to Alisson, and he holds up the ball there and releases it. And here's Harvey Elliott for Liverpool. Elliott plays the ball forward to Joel Quansah over the halfway line. And the ball forward by Joel Quansah, looking for Darwin Núñez, but William Saliba just cutting back there and giving it back to Ramsdale. Saliba, he almost gave the ball away to Curtis Jones in the penalty area there. He drops it back to Ramsdale. Ramsdale, right-footed, puts his foot through it downfield. And Martin Odegaard, is he fouled there by McAllister? The referee says yes. McAllister doesn't agree. Free kick for you there, Ross?
I'd say so, yes. It's coming from... There's a challenge from behind, and normally challenges from behind you get punished for.
Here's Declan Rice now. Bukayo Saka, right-hand side, gets into the penalty area. Bukayo Saka unable to beat Gomez there, but the ball breaks loose. And a shot there from Ben White, and Alisson just getting his hand on that and turning it over the crossbar. But that was an opportunity there, just on the edge of the box from Ben White. And it's a good reaction saved by Alisson, Ross.
Yes, brilliant strike from Ben White, pushing onto it, and the ball's still moving. And then he hits there with some venom and ferocity. And the ball moving. There's a fantastic one-handed save there from Alisson. You'd expect him to save it though from a goalkeeper of his quality, but good strike nevertheless.
Bukayo Saka now with the corner. He's going to in-swing this one. Oh, it's headed down. Oh, what a chance for Kai Havertz with the header. He puts it wide. That was an opportunity, Russ. Wow, he got his head up there. Alisson was really nowhere near that. He was about 4 yards out.
Yeah, 4 yards out. Really should be doing better there, Kai Havertz. Got up with Kwanzaa there. Joe Kwanzaa then. He should really be hitting the target from there. And if he hadn't got it on target, Alisson would have gone near it. It would have been 1-0 Arsenal there. But Arsenal, they could rule these missed chances.
Right, so they've got a throw in now, and Alisson is complaining about that. Got a Liverpool player down there, Joe Kwanzaa. He looks in a great deal of discomfort there. And Arsenal was about to take the throw in quickly, and Alisson objected to that.
And I think we had Lopez as well.
Well, Kwanzaa's down there. While we're doing that, I might as well wrap up my marketing duties for the half. You're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports and Storm FM. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. As Kwanzaa is now on his feet, and Ben White is going to take the throw-in, and Kwanzaa, of course, he has to go off while this throw-in is taken, and then John Brooks will let him back on. Martin Odegaard trying to ramp up the crowd here at the Emirates, and Ben White is going to take this throw-in. So we're still waiting for the referee's approval to take the throw-in. Ben White is now going to take it. He's just looking for options available. He drops it to Saka. Saka just tries to turn away there, and he's gone down under the challenge of Joe Gomez. No free kick, says the referee, but it is going to be a throw-in, and it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. And, well, Alexis McAllister standing over Bukayo Saka. Let's just take a look at that again. Oh, I don't think there was much in that, Russ, do you?
Not much in that for me there. And I don't understand why Saka's complaining towards McAllister there. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion.
Well, throwing to be taken by Ben White again. And just looking at what options he has available. It's almost level with a 6-yard box. He gives it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice takes it towards the corner flag on the right-hand side. He gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard, is he tripped that time? Surely that time. It's Gomez this time who clips Martin Odegaard, and that's going to be a free kick to the Gunners in a pretty dangerous position here.
Yes, it's like I was saying, a good strong, good position here for Arsenal. Good crossing position. Chance to get the big men up from the back in Saliba, Gabriel, get Jorginho inside that penalty area as well. So good opportunity here for Arsenal, which Saka is going to take. And that was some good words there from Gabriel, probably telling him where he wants it to put it. Yeah, Ben White will be up there from the back as well, and Jacob Kiwi will probably be in around that penalty area too.
Well, they're all in there. Havertz, Saliba, Kiwior, and it's swung in by Declan Rice to the back post, but it goes over everybody's head and goes out of play. Disappointing, that one, Ross.
Yeah, disappointing free kick there from Bukayo Saka with his quality on the ball. You'd expect him to put it into a bit more dangerous area for people to attack. And that wasn't where Gabriel told him to put it. And I can see I saw Gabriel just turn to him and give him a stern look there. But for me, Paul, I just want to mention here, for me, Arsenal being the best side in this opening 42.5 minutes. Yeah, I think Mikel Arteta will be happy of the two managers, although Klopp will be happy with how his side has responded to Arsenal's start.
Well, the ball was played long to Darwin Núñez there. Coming out to challenge that was Aaron Ramsdale. He puts the ball out of play. It's a throw-in for Liverpool. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. He drops it back in his own half to Ibrahima Konate. And it's now back with Kwanzaa, who plays the ball across to Konate. Konate holds the ball up and gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who launches the ball almost the width of the pitch to Kwanzaa. Still midway inside the Liverpool half of the field. Dropped back there by McAllister. Good interception. And here's Odegaard now. He gives the ball to Kai Havertz. Havertz inside the penalty area. Havertz gets a shot away and he just wasn't closed down. It was a comfortable save by Alisson, but it was an opportunity really. And Liverpool's defence just fell asleep, but they're coming forward now. And here's Joe Gomez, and the ball goes over. The ball goes over Diaz's head and goes out of play. But a chance for Kai Havertz there.
Yes, chance for Kai Havertz here, Paul. Brilliant effort from Havertz. Alisson couldn't hold on to it. He just hits him on his knee and bounces away into the path of Kwanzaa. That's a decent chance for Arsenal to go into the lead just before half time. But Arsenal, how many more of these chances are we going to have and potentially go punished from us? Here comes Liverpool in possession now, Paul.
Here's Gakpo. Gakpo towards the edge of the penalty area. Overlapping here is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He gets a shot away. Oh, he just rattled the crossbar. Oh, what an effort by Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ross.
Yes, fantastic effort from Trent Alexander-Arnold. He picks the ball up on the edge of the penalty area, moves into the box, and then finds it off the crossbar. And I can still see, Paul, my vantage point, that the crossbar is still shaking. How unlucky is that from Liverpool? That's Liverpool's best chance in this first half. But Trent Alexander-Arnold only could fire it against the crossbar.
Well, they've had a couple of opportunities here, Ross, in this first half now. Arsenal have had plenty and they've not taken advantage of it, but a real warning shot fired across their bow now as our fourth official today, who is Josh Smith, has signalled 2 minutes stoppage time to be added on at the end of this first half. It's not been short of entertainment, but no goals so far. And Joel Kwanzaa drops the ball back to Alisson. Alisson plays the ball now to Ibrahima Konate. Konate forward to Harvey Elliott, but Konate gets the ball back on the corner of his penalty area, left-hand side. Gives it back to Alisson. Kwanzaa plays the ball forward and it's picked up by Curtis Jones. It's a good challenge there by Declan Rice, who gives it to Bukayo Saka. Saka plays the ball to Odegaard. Odegaard, is he fouled that time by McAllister? No, it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool. And it's going to be Joe Gomez that's going to take it, as we are at 0-0 here. Arsenal versus Liverpool. The Emirates Stadium, FA Cup third round. As the throw-in is taken by Joe Gomez, launch forward. And Gomez gets another opportunity as once again it bounces off Ben White and goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in. Ross, let's have your assessment of this first half, I think.
Yeah, I think, well, like probably what other people have seen, Arsenal have been the best side in this first half. Had a lot of chances, had the majority of the control. Liverpool have gone into it as the half has worn on. But for me, Arsenal and Mikel Arteta will be happy over the two sides. With the performance-wise, Club will be happy over the two sides. With the scoreline-wise, if Liverpool can get in a 0-0, was Arsenal have just won a free kick in a good crossing position here, followed by Gakpo on Kai Havertz, down by the corner, and that was a definite free kick. Elbow into the ribs there on Havertz. But Arsenal probably be the happier if they can gain the lead. But at the moment, it will be Jurgen Klopp will be the happier of the two managers.
So Reece Nelson is going to take this free kick. He's just going to swing this one into the middle. And just right on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's swung in there and just headed out there by Diaz. And hacked away by Harvey Elliott. But that's it. It's half-time. and it's 0-0. Both sides have struck the woodwork in the first half. Martin Odegaard hitting the woodwork from round about the penalty spot, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold responding likewise, getting a wonderful strike from just outside the penalty area. But at half-time here, we are all square. It's Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0. Back to Ross.
Yes, thank you, Paul. And yes, good first half in the end there. Brilliant game. Arsenal, if we don't take the chances, they'll be punished in the second half. Over to Nicholas.
Thanks, Ross and Paul. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go for a short break, but join us before the start of the second half, where we can give our thought, where we can discuss what happened and where both teams can go from there. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Arsenal against Liverpool in the FA Cup third round. Before I ask Ross and his opinion on the first half and what both sides can do going into the second half, just remind you again of the FA Cup third round Sunday results. Luton Town 0, Bolton Wanderers 0, Manchester City 5, Huddersfield Town 0, Nottingham Forest 2, Blackpool 2, Peterborough United 0, Leeds United 3, Shrewsbury Town 0, Wrexham 1, West Bromwich Albion 4, Aldershot Town 1, and West Ham United 1, Bristol City 1. We are hoping to have Mike Harneman with us to give us his thoughts on the game, as he is a massive Arsenal fan. Arsenal have dominated in terms of possession at the moment, 53% in comparison to Liverpool's 47%, and they have had 5 shots on target. But surely, and two corners to one. So they look like the team most likely to score in the second half. Liverpool slightly behind somewhat, and they need to step up their game. So now I'm going to ask Ross if he's around. What's his thoughts were on the first half and what the teams can do going forward into the second half.
Yes, well, Nicholas, for me, the first half, Arsenal have been the most dominant side. They deserve to be in the lead, but they can't find that breakthrough as of yet. For me, Liverpool need to have more chances in the final third. They've not really got Diaz, Nunes, or Gakpo in the game as much as we would probably like to have done. Arsenal can cause Liverpool a few problems defensively, but Liverpool did have a couple of good chances in that first half. Like Diaz, that Nunes headed, which just went wide, that Alexander Arnold crashed effort against the crossbar. But for me, Arsenal being the best side and deservedly should be in the lead right now, but unfortunately for them, we just can't find the back of the net in this first half.
And you'd have thought with Liverpool being injury hit, they would have been at a massive disadvantage. But as Paul said in commentary, they just held their own. And from what he said, Jurgen Klopp has put a really strong side together. But Liverpool need to be very careful with their players as they face Fulham in the EFL Cup semi-finals with the first leg on Wednesday night. So what do you think Klopp will have to do between now and then?
I think he's going to have to manage his side. You look at this side that he's got today, this is probably his best side he can play across these next couple of games, with the exception of Ryan Gravenberch, who's on the bench, and Diego Jota. I can see those two potentially starting in the game in midweek. I can see Gravenberch potentially coming in for Harvey Elliott, Jota coming in for maybe Gakpo as well. But I think Liverpool in this first half especially have missed the creative spark of Mo Salah, who's away on African Nations duty or AFCON duty, whichever people want to refer to it as. But for me, I think Liverpool, if missing him, have got good quality options on the bench, which I think they're probably going to try and rest for the game in midweek. But if we continue to play like this, Liverpool, changes will be needed. And the other two I can see potentially coming on to change the game for Liverpool from the subs that have gone bench is Diego Jota and Ryan Gravenberch, because the rest of them, James McConnell, Katie Gordon, Bobby Clark, Trey Nyone, and Conor Bradley and Luke Chambers, they're all youngsters and they've not really played many minutes. Whereas for Arsenal, they've got Nketiah, Nwaneri, Martinelli, Trossard, Smith Rowe, who've played first team football and have gone belts who can change games. When Liverpool have only got Diego Jota who can potentially change a game. Gravenberch may be able to as well. But those are the other two. But those are the two for me.
Right, you kind of lost me on that one because I meant to ask about between now and Wednesday. But we've got Mike Hardiman with us. So briefly, Mike. Good evening to you. Bit of a tough game for Arsenal against Liverpool. We appear to be having some communication problems between myself, between us and Mike. So we'll ask him a bit later on when he has sorted these things out. Second half is about to get underway, and before we get back to the second half and hand over to Ross and Paul, Arsenal can take advantage of an extended break to prepare for further matches, and before I hand back over to Paul, what can Mikel Arteta do in the training sessions between after this game when they have an extended 13-day break?
For me, I think Nicholas will work on the end product a bit more. They're going to the good positions, but they're just not having shots, but they're not getting many on target. They've had a few good chances, but they're on the shooting boots a bit more for me. And I think as well with Arteta, he'll probably work on some of the positioning for some of the players as well, and some of the silly free kicks that they've given away as well. I think those are the two key areas that they'll probably work on between now and after today and the next game that they're playing around about 13 days or so time.
With things being so tight in the Premier League going forward, do you think a win for Arsenal will give them the motivation they need to close the gap?
Potentially, but cup form and league form don't seem to go hand in hand. Some people seem to play better in the league. Some seem to play worse in the league. It just depends on the formations and how it seems to go for me. I think it just depends on which sort of side he plays, because this side he's played today, majority of if you just take away Nelson, Kiwior, Kiwior is the only left back we've got available, but Nelson and Ramsdale and Jorginho, they're three of the players who probably wouldn't play in the main game in the league side, whereas they're mainly cup players for me, Nicholas. So I think that's where it could be, as the teams are just emerging from the tunnel. I can see the Liverpool players back out on the bench and Jurgen Klopp back out there on the dugout, just think deep in thoughts ahead of the second half. But the teams will be coming back out very, very shortly.
The team's about to come out back onto the pitch. So let's hand over back to Russ and Paul.
Thanks, Nick. Arsenal are still waiting yet. The Liverpool players are on the pitch. Arsenal players have not yet emerged from the tunnel, and they're coming out now as Martin Odegaard leading his troops out. So there's just some delay, but the referee's also not back out yet. Russ, your thoughts? What do Arsenal need to do to turn these chances into goals?
Well, one obvious one is beat Alisson Becker in the goal and put it past him and score. That's the obvious one. But they need to have a bit more composure in the final third. I think some of the chances in that first half Arsenal were rushing with some of the chances. Havertz were rushing a little bit, some of the chances he had. Odegaard were rushing a little bit. Ben White rushed a little bit as the one which he found, which Alisson tipped over. But for me, I think you just need to test Alisson a bit more, but also getting beyond Alisson's gloves and between the two posts, rather than beyond the toe post or beyond the crossbar or into the arms of Alisson.
Right. Arsenal get the second half underway, and Jorginho just plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Arsenal attacking the goal to our left in the second half. And here's Kai Havertz. Havertz just trying to turn away from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in. And over this one now is Jakub Kiwior, just looking for the options available. It's almost level with the Liverpool penalty area. Throws it to Kai Havertz down this left-hand side. It's now with Jorginho. Jorginho lifts the ball up there. Going into the corner is Reece Nelson, and it's cleared away there and downfield. But picked up on the halfway line here is Gabriel. He gives it to Declan Rice. And he gives it to William Saliba. Saliba played across to Martin Odegaard. Midway inside his own half to Declan Rice. Down this near side to Saliba. Saliba forward to Jorginho and to Jakub Kiwior. Jakub Kiwior's fouled. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. As we'll just run you through the starting lineups. There's been no changes. For Arsenal, it's Ramsdale, Kiwior, Saliba, Gabriel, White, Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Havertz, Nelson and Saka. For Liverpool, it's Alisson, Gomez, Quansah, Konate, Alexander-Arnold, Jones, McAllister, Harvey, Diaz, Nunez and Gakpo. And it's with Gabriel now, midway inside his own half. He tries to find Jorginho. Jorginho goes all the way back to Aaron Ramsdale, who clears it downfield long, surely being held there. That's got to be a free kick. Foul on Kai Havertz that time by Ibrahima Konate, surely.
He's not been given, Paul, and I'm surprised by that.
So am I. I'm astonished at that. He's got a hold of him. He's preventing him from going. That's a poor decision in my opinion, but it is the referee's opinion that counts on the day, and no one else's really.
Apart from VAR, if the VAR want to get involved.
If VAR want to get involved, yeah, that's true. But hopefully we don't see much of them today. That's what I'm hoping for, anyway.
We've not had to see much in this game yet, Paul, to be honest with you. They've not had to be called into question in this first half, which is a rarity to see in a game of this sort of magnitude.
And here's Declan Rice now, just taking the ball towards his own corner flag down that right-hand side. He clears the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for for Liverpool. It's taken quickly as they take the ball into their own half and go all the way back to Alisson. And here's Ibrahima Konate. Konate just looking to go back to Alisson. Odegaard makes that nullifies that opportunity, and he clears it downfield instead. Does Konate, and it goes out of play for a throw into Arsenal. Is that who I think it is, Ross? Is that Bob Wilson?
It is Bob Wilson, yes. Good to see him into the game today.
Yes. Former Arsenal goalkeeper, of course.
Yes.
Oh.
Good to see him looking very, very well as well, Paul. Don't hear about him this much these days. So good to see him doing well in the crowd.
That is, yeah. It's yeah. I just remember him on Match of the Day actually, and back when I was younger. Brilliant announcer. And the ball is played forward now, and chasing this one is Bukayo Saka. He's got behind Gomez. Bukayo Saka. He turns and gets the shot away, but that's good block by Gomez, and it trickles through to Trent Alexander to Alisson. But that is a good piece of defending by Gomez. But Saka was away here, and Gomez was he was struggling to keep up with that, Ross.
Yeah, he was struggling to keep up with him there, but brilliant. He got back though, did Gomez, and put fantastic block in.
Okay, well, it's now with Gomez with a shot for Liverpool, and it goes over the crossbar and out of play for a goal kick. So what do
Yes,
you make of the early...
I agree with what Mike says here. Both teams are missing quality. He says Salah for Liverpool, which I've already touched upon a couple of times in that first half, Paul. And he says for Arsenal, Martinelli and Jesus, and I agree with that as well. I think Martinelli or Jesus would really help Arsenal unlock the door in this second half, and I think Salah would probably cause Arsenal a bit more problems, and more Gakpo has for me as well.
Well, it's played long downfield. Martinelli is an option on the bench for Arsenal, of course. No Jesus today, but Martinelli is available. And here's Alisson now. He gives the ball to Ibrahima Konate. Konate just looking for options available. It's played across to the middle, and he gives it to McAllister. McAllister just plays it there to Quansah, and Quansah gives it to Gomez. And Gomez now has the ball, and he drops the ball back to Quansah. Just on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. He gives it back to Alisson. Alisson played forward and just headed on there by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And nipping in there is Curtis Jones to try to win the ball back. But Arsenal now have the ball with with Martin Odegaard. He's over there with Quansah. And Odegaard pulls it back to Saka. And it's now back to Jorginho. Jorginho launches it into the penalty area. But it's headed out there by Quansah. And now Liverpool are on the break with Harvey Elliott. That's a great ball through to Luis Diaz. He's got two Arsenal players around him. He's trying to get the ball into the box, but he's still got it as Diaz. Diaz, edge of the penalty area. It's a good challenge by Declan Rice, and it's cleared away.
A good challenge there from Rice. Diaz didn't know what to do with it there and going to the box for me.
Well, Liverpool have it again with Diaz again, edge of the area. Just flicked into the penalty area there to Nunez, but it's cleared out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool. But you see that quick break by Diaz there, going across the meeting with Saliba. He got the first touch, but cutting across the penalty area, and that was a good nip in and interception by Declan Rice.
He was, yes, Paul. Really impressed with Declan Rice so far in his Arsenal career. He started off well at Arsenal as Declan Rice. I thought at first he would have probably struggled when he first come to Arsenal, coming from West Ham, but he's adapted to life well.
And here's Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz gets the cross towards the back of the penalty area. It's Nunez. Nunez cuts out to the edge of the penalty area now. And he tries to find the ball there to Trent Alexander-Arnold with the shot. But it's over the crossbar and out of play. And there is Jurgen Klopp. And Liverpool starting a lot better in the second half, Ross. Perhaps the shooting boot's just not quite on at the moment, though.
Yes, I agree, Paul. They're starting off well, and I think it's probably down to Jurgen Klopp. He's probably given them a bit of stern words in that half time, because that first half performance was below par from a Liverpool point of view. When you come to see Liverpool, you expect top quality performances in every single game in attack, and he's not been there for him just yet. And it's a good start to the second half. One may continue for them, but Arsenal still in control for me at the moment. But Liverpool, really to trouble Ramsdale in the second half or in this game at all.
And it's now back with the ball is played long there, looking for Darwin Nunez down the left-hand side. Darwin Nunez cuts into the penalty area, gets a shot away, just Nunez, and it's just away from the goalkeeper and wide. But that was a close effort by Darwin Nunez, Ross.
Yes, Darwin Nunez. This is the quality that we can see from Liverpool. This is the quality we know and love from Liverpool as well. Fantastic ball over the top. He's onside, played onside by Saliba. He then gets on the right hand side, attacks Ben White, crosses in the field, and the shot just not far wide from that far top left hand corner of the net. And Darwin Nunez playing ever so close there for Liverpool.
Well, here goes Reece Nelson down the left-hand side for Arsenal, but cutting across is Luis Diaz, out-muscling him and allowing that ball to go out of play. But it looks like, has the referee awarded something here, or let's just take a look.
I think he's getting a free kick here, Paul. I think he's getting a free kick for a foul when he just nudged him there. I think he'll give that He may have been that nudge there, or it might have been when he clipped his ankles a little bit further back. But I think Arsenal got a free kick in a good, strong position on their left hand side or Liverpool's right hand side, and I think that is correct. Because you can see Gabriel, Saliba, Kyria all up from the back along with Ben White as well.
And the cross is going to be coming in now. Just standing over this is Reece Nelson. In the middle is Kai Havertz, Kyria, Saliba. You've got Odegaard on the edge of the penalty area and Declan Rice there if they want to go short. But it looks like it's going to be swung in, and it just deflects out to the edge of the penalty area to Martin Odegaard. And here's Declan Rice. Rice tries to launch the ball back in, but it's headed out by Diaz. And Diaz again will get another go, and he tries to play the ball forward, looking there for Gakpo. That's a good interception by Ben White, and here's Odegaard. Excuse me, is he fouled? The referee said no. And now Darwin Núñez for Liverpool. Inside the penalty area is Darwin Núñez. That's a wonderful challenge by Ben White. Great challenge by Ben White. And now Arsenal can move away. Surely Odegaard is fouled there. The referee says no.
I thought he was, Paul.
The ball is found Darwin Núñez in the penalty area. Darwin Núñez, a shot is blocked. And it's now out to the edge of the penalty area, and it's with Curtis Jones. Jones gives the ball to Gakpo. To Ibrahima Konate. Back to Jones. And Jones goes back to the goalkeeper. And it's played down and out of field there. Out of play and a throw into Arsenal. And here is that's Reece Nelson there, and a challenge there on Jorginho by McAllister, and it's going to be a free kick. And I just want to take another look at that, and I'll get your thoughts on it in a moment, Ross. Let's just take a look at it first. Oh, he clattered into him, McAllister, didn't he? That's
yeah. And also, I think he stands on his foot as well. This is the challenge there from White and Saliba. Fantastic piece of defensive play from Saliba to block that Darwin Núñez chance a few moments ago inside the penalty area, down at the other end. And I agree with Mike. White and Saliba have been great today for Arsenal, with a couple of superb tackles so far from them when Liverpool have gone on their attack. But Odegaard sending over this free kick now, Paul. Only for the White and Nelson, who's in the wall space to get the ball into the box.
high line by Liverpool, and it's played short to Kai Havertz. Can Havertz get the cross in here? He can, and there's a header. And it's back to the header was missed, and it went through to Saka, who hooked the ball over the crossbar and wide. But that was a chance again for Arsenal. You could see the ball that was played short there. This was a really good move to Havertz. He was running away there. He was onside. They didn't spot this, did the Liverpool defence. I actually thought Saliba was going to get on the end of that with a header, but he missed it, and it went straight through to Saka. And Saka here, this is a chance for Saka. He's just not able to get his foot over it, though.
No, good crossing from Kai Havertz. I thought Saliba was going to get on it. He missed it. And then Saka coming in, should be really doing better there. We couldn't keep the effort down, and really good, well worked. After this, Liverpool are going to make a change. And it's one of those who were talking to Nicholas about at half time. Ryan Gravenberch coming on, and it's Cody Gakpo who makes way for Jota as well. Two of the Liverpool players I mentioned at half time are coming on now in Gravenberch and Jota, and Gakpo and McAllister are the two being replaced. Those are the only two real changes Liverpool could make if they want to get something out of this game, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because they've not really done much in this second half yet, Liverpool, to say they are going to get anything out of it. You just need to, just wondering whether they'll try to do that in this second half with those couple of changes, Paul.
Yeah. Interesting on the choice of changes, Ross. McAllister here and Cody Gakpo for Gravenberch and Jota. Do you think this could be because of the lack of finishing by Liverpool?
I think so, yes, because Liverpool's play in the final third has been good. It's just that they've lacked quality in that area. And I think that's probably which is why they've decided to make a couple of changes to get that bit of quality in the final third. Now with Jota and Diaz, along with Darwin Núñez.
Well, Arsenal yet to make a substitution.
I'm not surprised by that. Arsenal have done well though, Paul. I'm not surprised he's not gone to the bench yet.
Jorginho.
He doesn't need to.
The ball is played down this left-hand side now, and it's Kai Havertz into the area. He gets Havertz, it gets a deflection, goes to the back post to Saka, who hooks it over the crossbar, and it's out of play. And it's going to be a goal kick. And you can see here the ball was played forward, and it was Havertz's cross, initially looking for the cross, but it took a deflection and nearly diverted it into his own goal. Well, he wasn't able to get the ball in. It was a poor ball back in by Saka. But Arsenal looking threatening again.
Yeah, Arsenal keep looking threatening all the time, Paul. They're looking because Liverpool have a number of problems and really should be punishing them there with that chance. Just couldn't take it though. And I think they'll be disappointed with that one, especially if they're going to lose this game.
And that's a good challenge by Ibrahima Konate as the ball goes out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in for Arsenal. And it's with Declan Rice now, corner of the penalty area, right-hand side. And it's won back by Darwin Núñez. And Kai Havertz picks up the ball on the edge of the area. It's a bit scrappy right now. And it's played into the penalty area to to Saka. And here's Martin Odegaard who tries to get the cross in. He's claiming a corner, and he's furious with the official on the far side. You don't often see Martin Odegaard react like that. Let's just take a look at this again. The cross. Well, judge for yourself, Russ.
I think he was already out of play before the Liverpool defender got the touch onto him there. Martinelli, whom I mentioned, is now coming on. He's replacing Reece Nelson.
Well, that was to be expected. As soon as Reece Nelson started the game in the middle, he seemed to have moved over to the left-hand side. So now Reece Nelson is going to come on. It's going to come off for Gabriel Martinelli, as we may add some extra impetus into that Arsenal attack. So far, with 62 minutes gone, it's 0-0. And Alisson is going to clear it downfield. And heads go up for that. And it's won by Jorginho. Jorginho launches the ball forward, and chasing this one through is Gabriel Martinelli. And Bukayo Saka picks up the ball and drops the ball back to Saliba. Saliba plays the ball back there to Jorginho. Jorginho plays the ball long over on the right-hand side to Bukayo Saka. Saka now attacking the Liverpool defence. He drops it back to Odegaard. Odegaard looking for the options available. And he gives the ball to Jorginho. To Martinelli now. Martinelli is going to get in the penalty area here. Ball bounced away from him. And it was eventually attempted to be cleared away by Elliott. Was eventually cleared away by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's met by Aaron Ramsdale, who plays the ball forward, but it was a poor ball by Saliba. And here is Núñez. Núñez gives it to Harvey Elliott. Elliott with a shot, and it's right into Aaron Ramsdale's arms. And Russ, Ramsdale hasn't had a great deal to do today, but it's his first game back for Arsenal for a while. How do you think he's done today?
He's not really had much to do, but when he has been called upon, he's made some really good saves. And now on there, he held on to it well, and you was expecting him to hold on to it well. And if he hadn't have done, a lot of Arsenal fans, our good friend Mike included, for me, would have every right to have a go against him and at him as well. And I think Liverpool, they've not really tested him much, and I think we need to test him a bit more to see how rusty he is, because he's done a really good. Because he's not, like you said, Paul, he's not played many minutes. He's not played any in the league for quite a while, or any club games for quite a while. So also went out to the EFL Cup very early on. So to consider this first match in I think about 2 or 3 months, maybe longer. He's done a really good job so far when he's been called upon, which has not been much. Alisson's been the busier goalkeeper for me, and he's done well as also, Paul.
And Alisson now has the ball. He gives played forward there to Gravenbeck. Excuse me. And the ball is now...
You're excused.
Here's Diogo Jota for Liverpool, just over the halfway line. And if a yellow card has been issued here against William Saliba, I actually think that's the first one in the game, Ross.
Yes, I can't recall another booking in this game. And with these two teams on show, Paul, if that is the first booking, which we both think it is, I think that the referee has done a remarkable job to keep it. He's causing his puck to the 65th minute. And what I can tell you is, Paul, it actually is the first yellow card of the game, and the referee has done a remarkable job with some of the challenges I've gone in to only produce his first yellow card in the 66th minute of the match.
Here's Kwanzaa. Plays the ball forward, and just cutting across there is William Saliba to intercept that. And it's one in the middle of the park by Luis Diaz. Diaz dropped back to Ibrahima Konate. And it's now with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who plays the ball forward to Harvey Elliott and Darwin Núñez. And Arsenal intercept here. And the ball is played long to Gabriel Martinelli. And he gets inside the back line, Martinelli, with a cross. And it's cleared away by Joe Gomez, but not really far enough. Only as far as Declan Rice. And Liverpool now just attempting to clear the ball. It's downfield. And here's White. He gives it to Declan Rice. Jorginho. Back to Declan Rice. And it's back with Ben White now. 52% possession in favour of Arsenal in this game. And it's Gabriel. Back to Declan Rice. Gives it to Odegaard and gets it back. Declan Rice. And long ball played over on the far side to Martinelli. Martinelli just gets into the penalty area here. Martinelli tries to pull the ball across, but Konate intercepts. And now Luis Diaz for Liverpool. Diaz is under pressure there by William Saliba. The ball goes out of play for an Arsenal throw-in. And it's taken quickly. Given to Martinelli. He's over around the corner penalty. Gets into the penalty area. Martinelli, he tries to pull the ball across, but Ibrahima Konate makes a good challenge there, Ross.
He does. Fantastic challenge from Konate. Just absolutely fantastic. Does what the defender really should be doing in them sort of positions, which is getting his body on the line and blocking it off well and making sure the ball doesn't go across and towards your own goal from there. Anything else, it could have been an own goal there, but corner coming up now.
And it's Gabriel Martinelli that's going to take it. He swings in, it's headed out.
Poor corner, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a poor corner by Martinelli. And Martinelli pulls it back there to Jorginho. Jorginho gives the ball back to Martinelli, but it goes out of play for a throw-in. And with 22 minutes to go, you're listening to alternative commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Player of the Match sponsor on the Hub is sponsored by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for this season, JB Sports, Storm FM and Focus on Football. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Commentary Hub. And Alisson
I'll have to get
Noel
a thinking cap on soon for me, Player of the Match, Paul.
Yeah, that's right. And it's now picked up by Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott plays the ball forward, and Darwin Núñez is on his way, and Luis Diaz is free in the middle. He plays it behind Luis Diaz. Had he found Luis Diaz, he was going to be one-on-one on Ramsdale. Here's Diaz again, Diaz just tries to turn away from Jorginho. He's gone down, he's claiming a free kick. Nothing is given by the referee. It's finally cleared away by Gabriel. And nipping in there is Harvey Elliott to try to win that ball back. And he's adjudged to have fouled Jorginho. And it's going to be a free kick. Yellow card issued to Harvey Elliott.
Correct call, in my opinion, as well, Paul. Silly challenge to give away when he was never going anywhere there. We're just saying, have it to the back there. And Liverpool had plenty of players back. He didn't really need to make that challenge there. I was surprised that he did make that challenge, especially when there's not been really any need to make those sort of challenges today, Paul. So I was very surprised with Elliott's decision making there.
Well, the free kick is long. The free kick is long downfield as we get a look at John Barnes, former Liverpool player, Liverpool and England player. What an outstanding player he was.
Yes, brilliant player. Never saw him play, mind you, which was a fantastic player in my opinion.
And there's Odegaard, he plays the ball over to Bukayo Saka. Saka now. And, it's a good challenge there by Gravenberch. And here's Jota now for Liverpool. Gives it to Gravenberch. Gravenberch just drops the ball back there to Gomez. And it goes back to the goalkeeper. And here's Ibrahim Konate. Konate just plays the ball there off Martinelli, and it's going to be a throw-in for Liverpool, level with their own penalty area. And so we are inside the last 20 minutes here at Anfield, at the Emirates, and it seems to be heading for a replay at the moment, Ross. Both teams not able to take their chances yet, as here's Jorginho. Gives the ball to Ben White. White plays the ball long. Just over to Martinelli. Martinelli gets inside the penalty area. And the ball, it's a disappointing ball by Martinelli. And Liverpool now can come away maybe as Gravenberch tries to clear the ball forward, but only as far as Declan Rice. Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka. Saka with a shot, and it's over the crossbar.
Yes, poor effort there from Bukayo Saka. Not the quality that we need to do, that we know he can do, and he's done for Arsenal and done for England in recent weeks and months. But Saka's quality, we know what he can do. He wasn't unsure there. Just needs to be a little bit better for me if we were to win that. In 9 goals and 10 assists in 25 games from this season, what a player he's been for Arsenal. If Arsenal are to win the title, they need to make sure that he remains in form and injury-free between now and the end of the season, in my opinion. If he gets injured, I know they've got other good players in the squad, Paul, but for me, he's one of their key players. And if we lose him, I think their title charge could potentially be over. Mike, I know you're listening. Let's know what you think about that.
There's Konate with the free kick. As we just look at the challenge there by Kai Havertz on Trent Alexander-Arnold. And here is Trent Alexander-Arnold now giving the ball to Ryan Gravenberch. The ball is played off him from Ben White. And here is Darwin Núñez. Núñez now just looking to get into the penalty area. He tries to get the cross in. It's blocked and cleared away by Saka. And it's brought down there by Kai Havertz, allegedly with the hand, and it's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, Michael's responded to me, Paul, and definitely I'm balling definitely free kick for Liverpool coming up. Definitely I'm ball by Havertz. Says he thinks Arsenal need to sign a forward. That's their priority if they want to be serious in any title challenges. And I agree there as well, Mike.
And the ball is played forward here to Ibrahim Konate. Konate just heads the ball on to Harvey Elliott. And here is Martinelli now, but there's a foul there on Gabriel, and it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal as Luis Diaz shaking his head, walking away there. We're just going to take a look at it here. Catches him.
Yeah, just catches him there. Definite free kick for me.
Well, the free kick is midway inside the Arsenal half of the field. 2 more substitutes coming up. 4. So Connor Bradley is coming on, and Bobby Clark also coming on. And we're just going to take a look at who the substitutes coming off are. It's Jones and Elliott, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott coming off, making it the 3rd and 4th substitution for Liverpool. Only one so far for Arsenal. And it's Ben White here now. And he drops the ball to William Saliba. William Saliba plays the ball forward over the halfway line to Odegaard. Odegaard tries to play the ball through to Kai Havertz, but there was too much on that. And it goes through to Alisson. So a defender and a midfielder. Do you think Jurgen Klopp is perhaps maybe satisfied with the draw to go back to the replay? I can't imagine Klopp wanting a replay.
I can't imagine even Arteta wanting a replay, Paul. But if that's what they're going to take, that's what they're going to take. But I don't think any manager this sort of the season, especially with the Premier League fixtures coming thick and fast, would want a replay for their team in the FA Cup, especially ones who are going for the Premier League title, and that's what Liverpool and Arsenal are going for. So I don't think either manager would be happy with this, with it being a potential penalty for me. No, penalty replay, should I say.
Arsenal still in the Champions League, of course, and Liverpool, I think, are still in the Europa League, aren't they?
Yes, I think they also don't want any added bonuses or added extras to the fixture schedule, especially with Jurgen Klopp already moans when they play on a midweek, say Wednesday, and then play Saturday at 12:30.
Well, here's Diaz now. Diaz with a shot and a good save by Aaron Ramsdale. Well, Diaz got the shot away, but Ramsdale got down to his left-hand side and made the save. And that's a good stop by Ramsdale.
Yes, fantastic save from Ramsdale. Really from Jota. Great ball into Diaz. Diaz with the strike underneath the legs of William Saliba there. And Gabriel as well, who was in there as well. And Ramsdale saw it very late. He managed to get a good hand onto it to clear it away.
Well, I'm quite satisfied with that. It's Jurgen Klopp. It's a corner to Liverpool, and Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to take it. He's just going to swing this one in. And heads go up with Jota. Oh, he hits the crossbar with the header. And it bounces back to Nunez, who balloons it over the crossbar. But Jota with the header. And he hit, he hit the crossbar as Liverpool come close again.
Yes, brilliant effort there from Liverpool. Cracking header from Diego Jota off of the crossbar. Still shaking as the ball fell to Darwin Nunez. But he got his angles all wrong, but couldn't trouble Ramsdale in the Arsenal goal.
Well, Mike said, I think we need to sign a forward. That's our priority if we want to be serious for any title challenges. I actually agree with that.
I do as well. I agree with that as well. If we were the other commentator question I posed to him as well. That was in response to the question I posed him a few moments ago, Paul. And I agree with that as well from what Mike's had to say there. But I just felt if we lost Saka, then that would also then their title challenges.
Here's Joe Gomez for Liverpool down the left-hand side. Going to meet him there is Saka, but Gomez gives the ball there to Gravenberch. Gravenberch, he's got Clark alongside him. He tries to turn away, does Gravenberch under Odegaard's challenge, and Odegaard is penalised for the challenge there, and it's going to be a free kick in a pretty dangerous position for Liverpool. Just on the corner of the penalty area.
We can either cross this or take a shot directly here. And I'm wondering which one until Dukes. For me, if I were Liverpool there, I'd go for a cross rather than a shooting position. This would probably have more chance of finding somebody on the head in the end. But we'll have to wait and see how this one goes, Paul.
And this one is going to be swung in from Trent Alexander-Arnold. They've loaded up the 6-yard box of Liverpool. It's swung in and the heads go up and it's in. It's a goal and it's off Luis Diaz and Liverpool take the lead. With 11 minutes to go, we could be seeing Liverpool going through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. 79th minute goal by Luis Diaz. And we're going to take a look at this again in a moment. And what a header, really. It just kind of flicked off his head. And well, you have to. I hate to question Aaron Ramsdale, to be honest, because I actually think he's a really, really good goalkeeper. But he does come out to meet this.
Mike's saying he could potentially go down as a career own goal here as well. Paul, just have to watch
it could be.
Yes,
yes.
It is
a career own goal.
Good ball into the penalty area from that set piece. It is say quality in that set piece. And Kiwior just got his header wrong. I think he was trying to direct it over the crossbar. He just got it all wrong. And if Ramsdale had stayed at home, Ramsdale would have saved that for me. But Liverpool, it's come against who to play for me as well, because Liverpool, for me, just don't deserve to be leading in this game. Arsenal have had all their chances, but I did warn Arsenal earlier, and they were saying it as well earlier on, and Mike were agreeing with me as well. If they didn't take the chances, Arsenal, they'd be punished, and that's what they've just been punished with there. Who is come by no goal from Jakub Kiwior, the left back.
So Jakub Kiwior own goal. And Arsenal now find themselves behind despite all the chances that they've had. And the ball is now picked up here by Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays the ball forward to Kai Havertz, but Ibrahima Konate nips in and wins the ball. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's long over on the far side to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez gets into the penalty area to Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz with a shot, and it's over the crossbar.
Yes, poor effort there from Diaz there, Paul, but another good chance for Liverpool on the break there. And I've noticed as well, Paul, while I've always seen the replay of the goal, I noticed Arsenal made a substitution. Eddie Nketiah has come on for Jorginho.
There it is. It just flashes up on my screen as well. Eddie Nketiah on for Jorginho as the Liverpool fans celebrating behind that goal. Very happy right now, of course. It could mean that they're going through to the 4th round. They've actually, here come Liverpool now. It's Luis Diaz. And Diaz just pulls the ball back here to Connor Bradley. And back with Luis Diaz, and it's now back with Quansah. Quansah played the ball forward to Darwin Núñez. It's intercepted and Arsenal can move away with it now. Ross, if you just want to type your player of the match in when you're ready there to our producer Nick, and then we'll announce it in about 5 minutes time as Saka is fouled there. And Saka is down at the moment as Arsenal in the last 10 years have only gone out of the FA Cup 3rd round twice in the last 10 years. And they went out to the same team each time, Nottingham Forest. 2017 and 2018, 4-2 at the City Ground. And of course, 2021-2022, 1-0 at the City Ground in the 3rd round there as well. Liverpool have only gone out once in the 3rd round to Wolves in the last 10 years, in 2018 and 19, 2-1 on that occasion. Odegaard is standing over this free kick now, and he's going to swing it in, and the headers are up there, one from Declan Rice, and Kai Havertz, I think, got a hold of the second one. He's claiming a corner, but I don't see that being a corner, Russ.
Not a corner for me either, Paul. I think when you look at it, it was never going to be a corner. The Arsenal man got the final touch onto the ball there.
Well, it's a goal kick now for Alisson. And you're listening to Alternative Commentary on the Commentary Hub YouTube channel. Today's Play of the Match sponsor is sponsored on the Hub by Commentary Services. Commentary Services would like to thank our broadcasting partners for the season: JB Sports, Storm FM, Focus on Football. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Commentary Live 1, and you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. And here's Gravenbeck now. Gravenbeck plays the ball forward to Darwin Núñez. He's been impressive today. Núñez just drops the ball back there to Ibrahim Konate. Konate launches the ball forward into the penalty area, but it's picked up by Aaron Ramsdale. And with 5 minutes to go, it's looking pretty ominous for Arsenal right now, as they've had a terrible Christmas period, only 1 point in 9. And that point coming, of course, at Anfield against Liverpool. Defeats to West Ham and Fulham along the way, coupled with an FA Cup third round exit, is not what the Arsenal fans were looking for, as that's headed there by Conor Bradley to Luis Diaz. Diaz plays the ball forward over the halfway line, and Gabriel nips the ball there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice over the halfway line now, and he gives the ball to to Ben White. And now with Saliba to Gabriel. Gabriel plays the ball down this left-hand side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's got Conor Bradley in front of him, but Conor Bradley does very, very well there. And then he just plays the ball off Martinelli and out of play. That's good work by him. And it is a goal kick. So, Ross, with time ticking down, where do you see, can Arsenal get back into this game?
If they are to do so, Paul, they need to shoot more and test Alisson more. They've not really done that in the second half as much as what they did in the first half, Arsenal. They've had some chances, but they've not ones that have been testing of the goalkeeper. I don't think the more Liverpool playing, if Liverpool start to draw back and think that they've won this game, that's when they'll probably get the win for me. Arsenal get back into it, I mean. Rather than, if Liverpool continue to go for it, Arsenal could still get into it, but I think Liverpool are more likely to win it if they go for it rather than sit back and hold what they've got. Because with Liverpool, with teams, if they sit back, opposition can normally pick them off. And Liverpool won't want to do that. Liverpool will probably still want to go get the second and maybe third, potentially fourth. We'll have to wait and see with what they decide to do. Is Arsenal making yet some more changes? Kai Havertz is one of them coming off for the changes, and the other one is Jakub Kiwior as well, with Trossard being one of the players to come on.
Right, so I'm just going to see that other substitution is... it's Emile Smith-Rowe is the other substitute. So Emile Smith-Rowe and Leandro Trossard are on. Kiwior and Havertz are off. And it's now with Bukayo Saka. And it's back with Declan Rice. Rice, long ball down to the left-hand side to Martinelli. Martinelli gives the ball there to Declan Rice. Declan Rice to Martin Odegaard. And Odegaard plays the ball forward. And I just seem to have lost my pictures for the moment, so please bear with me. Okay, it's now back with Declan Rice. And he's giving it to William Saliba. Back to Declan Rice, and Declan Rice plays the ball forward. Headed down there by Conor Bradley to Harvey Elliott, I think. No, not Harvey Elliott. Here's Declan Rice.
I think that might have been Conor Bradley, Paul, he said. Harvey Elliott there. I think that could have been Conor Bradley who come on for Elliott in this game.
Martinelli here now. And ball is played forward here to Martin Odegaard, and it's a free kick for a foul on Ryan Gravenbeck. Yellow card for Martin Odegaard. Late challenge. On Ryan Gravenbeck. And free kick now for Liverpool. And standing over this one at the moment, there's Martin Odegaard. He's probably going to swing this one in. In the vicinity is also Declan Rice. And he's just looking at what options are available. And it's swung in towards the back post, and it's just headed out of play by Darwin Núñez. As we go into injury time now, we're just going to see how long. 4 minutes has been added by Josh Smith, our fourth official.
I think that's about right, Paul. I don't think people can complain if it's 4 minutes. 'Cause I think that's about right. Just watch with the subs and everything that's happening in the second half.
Corner to be swung in by Martinelli, right under the crossbar, and headed out there by Darwin Núñez, and cleared away by Gomez. And the ball, it's intercepted there, and the ball is played forward, and Diaz is after this one. He's just getting away from Odegaard there. Diaz into the penalty area, he pulls it across, and Ramsdale is out quick before Jota can get on the end of that. And, good chance there for Liverpool to put it half to bed, but there's going to be a free kick now, and a yellow card issued to Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark goes into the referee's notebook. And
definitely yellow card there for Clark. Knew what he was doing. He can have no complaints there for me, Paul.
Yeah, agree with you there. Late challenge, and the ball is played forward there by Saliba. Saliba to Bukayo Saka. Saka, it's intercepted, and Odegaard just got on the end of that. And here's Declan Rice. And he plays the ball down the left-hand side to Martinelli. Martinelli gives it to Gabriel. Gabriel, and across there as crowd filing out here at the Emirates Stadium is Declan Rice. He gives the ball to Saka. Back to Ben White. White crosses the ball in towards the back post, and good header out there by Conor Bradley. It's got on the end of that.
Yeah, he's played well since he's come on, Bradley, Paul. I think he's done a remarkable job considering how young he is, and one of the youngsters probably thrown in at the deep end in this game. Probably didn't expect to play in this game. I think he's done well since he's come on, Conor Bradley, today.
Corner is going to be swung in now, and it looks like, just trying to see who it is who's taken that one. Looks like it's Emile Smith-Rowe, swung in and plucked out of the air by Alisson, and he'll just take all the time in the world now as we're inside the last 90 seconds of the minimum amount of stoppage time that's available in this game. Here's Darwin Núñez, and the ball kept in play, and here's Bradley plays the ball across and cleared out of play there. Cleared out the penalty area by William Saliba. As Emile Smith-Rowe, is he fouled there? Oh, the yellow card has just been flashed at somebody by John Brooks. I believe it's at Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, that's why I think it's foul as well, because I think he's just fouled the man there. And yes, it is confirmation on the screen that it is Trent Alexander-Arnold who scored that yellow card there, Paul. It's a good spot.
And the ball is cleared downfield by Aaron Ramsdale, and it goes all the way back to Martin Odegaard, who goes all the way back again to Aaron Ramsdale. Time running out for Arsenal now, about 15 seconds, plus any discretionary time that John Brooks wants to add on. It's launched forward, and it's coming away now with Liverpool as they win the ball, and it's now with Diogo Jota. He's got options to the left and right. He finds Luis Diaz. Diaz with a shot, and that's 2-0. And that's game, set, and match. And Liverpool through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. A wonderful strike by Luis Diaz into the top corner, away from Alisson. And Arsenal's Christmas and New Year misery continues. Luis Diaz with a goal. Ross, how do you think about that one?
What a goal from Luis Diaz. Liverpool completely counter against Arsenal. As Arsenal were looking to get that equaliser, looking to get the replay. But Luis Diaz has made sure of this game and Liverpool's progression into the FA Cup. Arsenal going out of the FA Cup, a competition which we were hoping Arsenal would get through in. But he said to me in the build-up to this one, I was speaking to him and he said, if Arsenal played like they did in the last couple of games in the league, Liverpool would beat them today. And that's what Liverpool have done. Diaz unmarked to the far side of the box after Jota played it in. And one touch out to his feet, smashed into the roof of the net, and is now game, set and match. Liverpool into the FA Cup 4th round and fully deserved. And I just want to announce that that man who's just scored that second goal, Luis Diaz, is my player of the match today, sponsored by the brilliant commentary services. Absolutely fantastic display, and that goal just capped off what has been a wonderful performance from Luis Diaz this afternoon.
Well, that's full time as well, and Liverpool go through. 2 second-half goals, an own goal on 79th minute by Jack Akiria, and as Ross pointed out, Luis Diaz caps off the 2-0 victory with a goal from Luis Diaz. And Ross, your final assessment on that game?
Yes, well, what I will say is Arsenal were, for me, the better side in the game. They didn't take their chances and were unable to take their chances that fell their way. And I did say that if they didn't take their chances, they would be punished for not taking the chances, and that's what Arsenal have been done today. Liverpool, 2 attempts that I can really recall on goal in the game and potentially in the second half for me, and scored them both. And I know one was an own goal, but that second one from Luis Diaz just capped off a brilliant second half display in which Liverpool hung in on to try and get it, when they were 1-0 up, trying to hold on to that 1-0 lead, but then that second goal just killed Arsenal off, and Liverpool through to the next round. Be interested to see Liverpool get to the next round now, because that performance today from Liverpool was below par. Arsenal, better performance from them, but still lacking quality in the final third for Arsenal, and that is where it could really hurt them, especially if Saka and Martinelli get injured and they're out for lengthy periods of time, because those two players, for me, Paul, are ones which are key for Arsenal's success in the FA Cup. Not FA Cup, in the league, sorry, because they're out of the FA Cup now, in the league, and also in the Champions League, if you want to progress in that. If they continue to play like they are doing in the league, they'll slip further down the league, they'll slip out of the top 4, in my opinion, potentially out of all of the European places, and could even crash out of Europe if they don't buckle their ideas.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Russ. Let's head back to Nick.
Thanks, Paul. So Liverpool advance into the 4th round, but it's all over for Arsenal. We were originally meant to have Mike Harneman earlier, but he had technical problems, and I think we're able to get him on now. So Mike, good evening to you. As an Arsenal fan, you must be disappointed with the result, but you must have been pleased with how they performed until the final third.
Yeah, hi Nicholas. Hopefully you can hear me all right. So disappointed with that performance in the second half, to be honest. I thought the first half we had so many chances. You've got to capitalise on, I think there was one in the first half of Reece Nelson. He's got to do better. He's got to try and dink that over Alisson rather than try and take it round him. Obviously we hit the bar as well through Odegaard. So we had opportunities in that first half in particular, but it was just a very disappointing second half, really. Liverpool grew into the game, as was mentioned on commentary by Paul and by Russ, but I just think with those opportunities that we created, it's I said it in the comment section to them. I think it was it might have even been in the first half when it was at 0-0 still regarding the striker situation, and we're so desperate for a striker. We without Gabriel Jesus today. We've got Kai Havertz through the middle, who looks all right. Like, he didn't really do an awful lot wrong or anything like that, but we're desperate for a striker. We need to go out in this window and we need to spend whatever money on a striker that we can. Whether that's Tony, whether that's Solanke, Dybala, whoever. Like, we've got to that's the frustrating thing. Like, all of these chances to come away without scoring a single goal just shows that we're really lacking in that area, and we need a striker desperately.
Yes, certainly. But going forward over the next 13 days, I'm sure Mikel Arteta and his boys will be grateful for small mercies so they can focus extra on training.
I wouldn't say grateful, because obviously we've gone on and we've won this competition multiple times. I think it's about 15 times that we'd won the FA Cup. And obviously Arteta and Arsenal, and any team don't want to lose games, so they're not going to be grateful in that sense. But on the back of the last three results, the West Ham game, the Fulham game, and today, it might be time for some of the senior players to step up and maybe have a team meeting or something like that, to kind of try and analyse these last few games as a whole and see where it's gone wrong. Because right now, there's lots of worries around Arsenal on the back of these last three results.
Yeah, not just that, but as Russ said in commentary, they could potentially be sliding further down the league system. They could potentially be further sliding down the league table and even crash out of the Champions League.
Yeah, 100%. We've got a tricky game against Porto in the next round of the Champions League. So we have to be a lot better than we have been in the last few games on that sense. And even the Premier League, as you say. So, there's opportunity now to, as I said, for some of the senior players and Arteta to really, have a sort of long, hard look at themselves, really, and the whole thing as a whole, really, and try and see where we can go from here. So, we've obviously started the transfer window. We've had a couple of days of the transfer window, and I think this performance is only going to amplify any sort of striker rumours that there might be, because we are so desperate for a player in that position.
Okay. Thanks for now. Okay, thanks, Mike. Now then, chaps. Let's try and dissect. The best moments of the second half. Liverpool may have gone ahead, but it was through. But it was through an own goal. But you have to say overall credit to Luis Diaz for firing his side through into the next round.
You do, Nicholas, yes, and his performance today for Liverpool has been absolutely fantastic. You can see how the quality of he likes to play, the quality of the opposition is up against as well, and you can see that in the play from Diaz today. You can just know from Diaz's movement that what sort of positions he's going to pick the ball up in and where he's going to try and operate in the final third. And you can sense it's going to be a good movement from him, and you can see the Arsenal defenders didn't know where he was at times. 1 minute he was out on the left, 1 minute he was in the centre, 1 minute he was out on the right. So at one point there were three different Arsenal players having to pick him up, and if he's like that all game, there's going to be question marks going on in the defence saying, well, you picked him up last time, you're picking him up now, I'm picking him up now. One of us should still stick to him and pick him up, and that's what they didn't do. A quick question I've got for Mike on the Arsenal front as well. Mike, obviously today wasn't your day. Ramsdale been back in the side for quite a while. I know I said he weren't really tested that much in the game. But Mike, I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts on Ramsdale's performance today? Do you think he should be back in the starting lineup week in, week out now, or do you think that or do you think David Ray should keep his spot in the league now? What do you reckon, Mike?
Oh, it's that debate, isn't it? It's the one debate apart from the striker situation that every Arsenal fan doesn't want to answer at the moment because they're both really good goalkeepers. I think that you look at both goals, he can't do anything on the second one. It's very unfortunate on the first one, being a Kivior own goal as well with the delivery. He's made that one really good save as well, and I think it was at 0-0 at the time. So I think he didn't do anything wrong really, Aaron Ramsdale, but Mikel Arteta's got his favourites by the looks of it, and David Raya is his go-to guy in the league. So I think next league game will be David Raya's. David Raya will be straight back in for me again. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And yes, indeed. So before we go, this has really given Liverpool. This victory will have really given Liverpool a boost. Going forward in the league. How do you think they'll get on balancing both? How do you think they'll get on balancing both the league, EFL Cup, the FA Cup, of course, and other competitions which they might be involved in?
For me, Nicholas, I think Liverpool have got a good squad and they can handle that as the competitions that they're going to be in this season. They're still in Europe, as Paul rightly pointed out. They're now in the FA Cup, they're now in the Premier League still. Obviously, we'll be in the Premier League still till the end of the season. But they're still in the FA Cup as well. They're in the League Cup as well. I think Klopp, yes, he likes to moan at certain times, but he's got a good enough squad there, in my opinion, to be able to rotate it game by game, competition by competition. And some of the players that came on today who don't normally feature for Liverpool and probably wouldn't have featured in this game, either the likes of Salah would have been available, or the injuries that they've got out would be available as well. Then they come on today, Bradley in particular as well, and put in a good performance today. And I liked the look of Bradley, to be honest. I'm hoping Bradley gets more minutes now, whether that's in the league or in the FA Cup or in the League Cup in midweek. I don't want to see him given more minutes, because when I've seen him playing, yes, he's not been a lot, but I've seen him play in some games for Liverpool. He's impressed me, Conor Bradley. He just needs to try and force his way into the squad more often, and then once he's in the squad week in, week out, force himself into the starting line, try and get himself in the starting lineup, and then once he's in that starting lineup, keep himself there. For me, he's going to be a talented, going to go and try really big things. Conor Bradley, been really impressed with him today when he came on, and I think Liverpool will handle the squad size and the competitions very, very well.
Conor Bradley, remember that name. All right, we're just about it. All right,
I just want to just 1 second as well, Nicholas. Regarding what Russ said there on Liverpool, I think that he's hit the nail on the head. Like, Liverpool have shown today that they can rotate. They're missing Salah. They're missing Virgil van Dijk. They're missing is it Szoboszlai as well. They're missing some big players at Liverpool in this game, and they've gone on and they've shown their quality. You know, the likes of Diaz, the likes of Kanata at the back there, who was outstanding. Trent Alexander-Arnold with all his experience as well. Like, Liverpool have got what Arsenal haven't got at the moment, and that's strength in depth, and that's where the difference is in these two sides, and that's why I think Liverpool are going to challenge for the title, and Arsenal at this present moment in time aren't.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're just about out of time. My thanks to Russ and Paul for a great commentary, and also thanks to Mike for popping in to give his views on the match. We don't know when our next live match on the Commentary Hub is at the moment. But I do know that we are going to be involved in some capacity with the EFL Cup semi-final first leg on Wednesday as Liverpool take on Fulham. But do please keep in touch with our social media channels for any further information. On Twitter, you can follow us at Commentary Live 1, or you can also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Commentary Hub. My thanks to all of you, and my thanks to all of you for listening. Good night.